Caitlin Clark had her home debut tonight for the Indiana Fever.
Yes, she did.
And TJ, I got a fever, and the only prescription is a few days off, so they stop losing games. Liberty, the New York Liberty, who's one of the top teams in the WNBA. Again, Indiana opening up against two of the best teams in the WNBA. They don't just lose. They lose like this game. 102-66. Brianna Stewart, 31 points and 10 rebounds. Caitlin Clark's home debut. Not completely terrible. She scored 9 points. She only turned the ball over 3 times, so it's a big improvement.
Okay, good, yeah.
She was 9 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 out of 8 from the floor, 5 personal fouls.
1 of 7 from three-point range. Yeah.
So it's not a great debut. It's not a great first couple of games, but they're fun. These games are fine. Caitlin Clark getting used to the WNBA. Yes, it's going to happen. She had 2 preseason games, right? The WNBA has no preseason. You play 2 games, we're getting ready to go.
It's like the NFL. Let's go.
But she's fine. The game's not too big for her, and she's getting to handle the ball. The one thing I will say is, boy, some of these foul calls, I feel like every time she sticks that hand in, it's a whistle no matter what. And I'm, sometimes I think, did you really? Now, some fouls she earns, and they're stupid fouls. Like, what are you doing? Watching her tonight, like, okay, that's a ridiculous play. You saw her get mad first time Caitlin Clark is screaming at the ref, didn't like a couple of calls that were made.
I mean, you can go back and find a little Zapruder film from the first game. Too.
Yeah, you get her yelling at the refs.
Yeah.
And I feel like, she sticks her hand in and you get a foul. So a little bit with the ticky-tack fouls continuing again, that's something she'll get used to.
But it's also the thing, you've coached your daughter's soccer team, you coach softball, as long as they're consistent. Right, if we're going to call ticky-tack little reach-in fouls, then let's make sure we're doing this.
Yeah.
And let's make it a whistle fest and make it all about you, if that's what you want to do. Let's just agree that this game is going to be about you, Mr.
Scott Foster doing this game tonight, sure.
Right.
Mr. Helper, sure.
Otherwise, let them play.
Now, again, you're going to see a lot of, Diana Taurasi was right. Yes, of course, there always is a welcome to the NBA, welcome to the NFL, welcome to the WNBA moment.
But that, I think, was, everybody took it as, the big ominous, big bad Diana Taurasi saying, like you, Rook. No, it was like, no, it is a step up in class.
Yeah, no, it happens.
I mean, it was a reality kind of moment of, hey, it's a different league. We'll see how it happens.
Yeah,
whatever.
That's absolutely fine. And look, and there's 2 takeaways from this. There's 2 big to understand about Caitlin Clark and this early part. Boy, why is she not scoring 31 points? Why are her team not winning? First things first is, by the way, how quickly have we gone to WNBA games are nightly highlights and nightly staples of talking about them, whether it's Caitlin Clark, whether it's Angel Reese, whether it's Kelsey Plum, who now, hey, make room at the table for Kelsey Plum. You're seeing
her endorsement deals.
Yeah, you're seeing new stars
coming out, man.
Darren Waller's an idiot.
Darren Waller's been he's just been getting tagged all over social media.
It's been a rough 48
but look,
weeks.
You have now seen the Caitlin Clark effect now, where WNBA games are nightly highlights. They're nightly stories. They're stuff we pay attention to. They have sudden relevance, all because Caitlin Clark is in the league, and it's great that now we're opening up and talking about other players. Right? Angel Reese's debut was a big deal, and she was fine. Kelsey Plum's a huge star, and she's getting a big deal.
Cameron Brink got a bunch of run on the local news and stuff last night with the Sparks debut.
It's awesome. It's awesome that that's the case, because like I told you, she was going to have a Magic and Larry-like effect on the WNBA, and here we are. The WNBA has now they said next week they're going to have charter flights for everybody.
Yep.
It's taken care of, and now you're part of the every night highlight in sports, right? It's a great, great time. She's already having that effect. So that's the first takeaway. The second one is this. You want to know reason no one's talking about Caitlin Clark's not scoring 30, teams not winning? There's just one problem. There's just one problem.
See, because I have 3 or 4 written down.
No.
So you're going to nail it down to one thing.
There's just one reason. There's just one reason.
You're going all Curly.
Yes.
One thing.
Yes, there's just
Curly's gold. Let's go. Jack Palance.
What's that one thing? I don't know, but Curly knew. There's only one thing.
Okay,
there's only one thing.
You're going to nail it down to brass tacks right here.
Yes.
One thing.
There's only one thing that's really
like the Highlander. There can be only one.
Only one. You cut somebody's head off to be the next. So you cut somebody's head off, you become the next Highlander?
Well, then you have the quickening, so you get all their power.
Okay, all right, good. Okay. So it's kind of like In Time when you do the wrestle, the Justin Timberlake movie. Okay. I just want to love you, baby. There's only one thing.
Justin Timberlake didn't have songs, an original concept by Queen.
I just want to love you, baby. No, that's how he sounds. That's how Tim Timberlake sounds.
I'm not saying it was good, but go ahead.
It's amazing I'm in this space with you.
Yeah, he tried to come back. It didn't work. Let's go.
There's only one thing. One thing. There's one thing behind this, Caitlin
One
Clark.
vision.
There's
one moment
that no one is talking about.
Okay.
And it's something that I'm going to say. You're going to go,
it's very elemental.
I get it.
I mean, you're saying that this is explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old kind of moment.
You are not going to walk away from this and saying, oh, well,
no confusion.
No.
Okay.
This is not
Phil Sims.
This is not three-body problem where you have to figure out what's going on. I understand with forces and gravitational pulls and when are the aliens coming. No, it's very, very simple.
All right.
There's one problem.
Break it down, Mr. Helper. Come on now.
The Indiana Fever.
Yeah.
Stink. That's the problem.
Well,
they stink, right?
They played the number 2 and 3 teams from last season, right? The Aces were number 1, the Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
And then you had the Sun and now the Liberty. So, yeah.
They stink. And I'm not saying they stink because, wow, they're underachieving. No, this is a team that stinks.
Well,
There's a reason why.
Games,
There's a reason why they had the number 1 pick in the WNBA draft. And, yes, Caitlin Clark is a transformative player, but this is the first 2 games, and you're playing 2 of the best teams in the league with established superstar players like Stewart and Ionescu. I mean, these are star players. Your team stinks. I mean, it's just a case. That's not it's not a shot at anybody. It's just true.
Brianna Stewart, former guest of the show, had 31 and 10 tonight.
I mean, the Fever are just not good. They're not good.
No, I mean, even back-to-back years where you bring in Aaliyah Boston, who was fantastic. We watched her college career, and now you add Caitlin Clark. All right, that's 2.
Yeah, you need a little bit more, and it takes a little bit of time. But that's the main issue is that, hey, okay, it's like, look, think about this. Wemby shows up with San Antonio. Oh, Wemby. Wemby was unbelievable, right? Rookie of the year. He was unanimous. This guy, by this time next year, we'll be saying he's one of the top 3 players in the league. And it's not even going to be a debate. That's how good he is. But the Spurs won 19 games.
Well, they won as many games as they did last year to earn the rights to get him.
There's only one problem with Wemby. Only one problem. Spurs stink.
No, they still.
That's the problem. That's what happens.
The starting lineup for the Fever, they scored 40 points. They were outscored 35-10.
Yeah, wasn't good.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. Look, watching this game, you can see, okay, one team is clearly at a higher level, and this team is figuring it out. And when you're not good, it's harder to find space to get shots because there's nobody, hey, we have to worry about here. We got to play the defense. Got to be a little sag a little bit. It's not like, hey, Caitlin Clark is the best player on Iowa, and you're playing teams that are about as good as you, and she's still going to find a way to get open and have screens set for it and everything else. It's quite different in the pros when, hey, there's a reason why we've won all these games. This is not, we just don't let you run around and take shots like this. So as the Fever get a little bit better, yeah, you're going to see more space on the floor for Caitlin Clark. She's already cut down on the turnovers in a big way after her first game. She's learning. She's picking it up. It's fine. But understand that the Fever aren't good. They're not going to win a lot of games. And really, it's not anything that's abnormal in basketball. A team that picks first in the lottery generally doesn't just jump to, hey, now we're going to win the whole league. It doesn't happen that way.
No, occasionally you get a little bit of luck with the ping pong balls to where a team that's kind of just inside of the lottery 14 jumps all the way to 1. That doesn't happen very often. Normally it is, and I'm not going to say it's, an Ocean's 11 scheme where they're weighting down a ball or whatever. But the bad
team, this ball. I drop it just stays on the ground.
The ping pong ball is suddenly they're injecting it with the lead.
The ball
come on, you've seen
the
this.
The ball doesn't pop up.
Everything else is popping. That one's just kind of rolling around.
Hey, there it is. Indiana Fever, number 1 overall pick.
There you have it.